Hey guys, it's CrystalRenèe here. Welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, thanks for joining. In this video, I'm going to catch you guys up on my money tree and my peace lily, as it has been a while since I spoke to you guys about these two particular plants here on my channel. If you would like to see where they are and how they're doing today, then stay tuned. Now, for those of you that have been around for some time now, know that I purchased both of these plants around the same time, the end of 2019. So they have been in my care for a while. So the money tree was a quite easy to care for plant. It grew consistently. I did not have any issues with this plant. But along with many other plants that are in my collection, this plant did take a hard hit when I got sick early in my pregnancy. As you can see, the entire trunk of this plant had pretty much dried out, and the only thing left was this single branch with a few leaves that was hanging on for dear life. So what I decided to do was to go ahead and cut it off and to propagate it, to try and save the plant so that I didn't lose it completely. Now, because the stem on this plant was a bit thick, I probably should have used some larger pruners, but I couldn't find mine at the time, so I had to opt with the pair of scissors that I had. So this is all that I was left with from this entire plant. I was hoping for some success with growing some roots. After removing the trunk from the soil, this is what I was left with. It was completely dead, guys. There was no saving it at all. It was going to continue to die. And luckily, I decided to remove the last piece when I did, because, yeah, it was going to be a goner. Now, unfortunately, I didn't get any footage of my stem sitting in water, but it did go ahead and root before I went ahead and potted it up in soil. Now it's living its best life in soil as of today. This is what she's looking like. One of the branches did die off when it was in the water, but so far so good after that. And yeah, now I just water her when she's completely dry, and I hope to see her flourish in the future. And this is all that I was left with. Pretty sad, but at least she's having a second chance at life. As you can see there, she is forming new leaves at the time. So I am hoping for the best. Now let's jump right into it with this peace lily of mine. She was making a comeback and was growing beautifully. I had gave her a big chop. I did do a video on that if you guys hadn't seen it. And she was doing very well. But again, when I became pregnant, she was in need of a repot. And I just didn't have the strength to give her that. So she began to decline. So once the pot was free from my money tree, I decided to go ahead and repot her in that particular pot because it was a bit larger than the one she was already in. Now, when doing this, I first started out with this very small little scooper scooping up the soil. I don't know what I was thinking. So it did require some help. So I did ask Charles for a hand to help me hold the plant up while I go ahead and pour the soil on into the pot. Now, as you can see, this did require a little bit of work, so I decided that I was going to go ahead and speed up the video just to get you guys to the finished product a little bit faster. But since the repot, she has been doing good and flourishing and growing new leaves. But on the downside, I have been a bit disappointed with some of the older leaves that seem to have a continuous droop to them. So I know that pruning back your spathiphyllum, aka peace lily, does thrive off of pruning. So I decided that I'm going to go ahead and give her a nice prune. Now, if you made it this far in this video, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Please give this video a like, subscribe, and click the bell so that you don't miss any videos that I upload. Now, because I didn't want to stretch this video and make it super long, I did go ahead and prune her off camera. And it didn't take very long to do because I didn't have many leaves that I wanted to remove. But I think she's looking much better already. This is the pile of leaves that I removed, and this is what I was left with. Now, the last time that I chopped her up, it did great wonders for her. So hopefully this time around it does the same. I'm not guessing against it. I think we're going to have some positive results here. So if your peace lily is constantly needing water and the leaves are drooping, it's probably because she's root bound and you might want to repot her. Or she may just need to be pruned back a bit to encourage more new leaves to grow, and she should thrive throughout. Now, I don't know where you have your peace lily sitting, but mine is sitting in a southwest facing window, and I water her at least once a week when the soil is fully dry, and I saturate her fully with water. I keep her in a well-draining soil, and if you do these things as well, you shouldn't have no issues with your peace lily. It should grow for you, and it should thrive, and it shouldn't give you any drama. I also like to put out there that I am not a professional. I just like to care for my plants here in my home, and it seems to work for me, and I just hope that it can work for you all too. So if you followed these steps and it all worked for you, please leave a comment below. Let me know how your peace lily is doing for you there in your home and what area you live in. Also, I just like to, again, thank you so much for being here. And as I always say, enjoy peace, spread love, and be blessed. Hey, don't forget to follow me on all my social media platforms. And until next time, happy growing!